All right, welcome back. We'll tell you shortly how your wheels can become Hot Wheels. But first, the concept of nearshoring, the solution. Is it the solution to solving our supply chain issues? It gained traction prior to COVID, but it's really picking up steam with U.S. companies today. And that's the concept of bringing things closer to the U.S. or back to the U.S. entirely. One of those companies practicing that is Mattel. Their president and COO, Richard Dickson, joins us today from the Manhattan Car Club in New York. Good to see you, sir.
That's
Quite
right.
the backdrop you have behind you. Tell us about what your company is doing, nearshoring, and how it's helping.
Well, first off, thank you. It's an exciting time for us in general here in New York with Hot Wheels. But in the context of our efforts around supply chain, we've been working for several years on a concerted effort to have a flexible model in the context of product development. We have expanded our geographic footprint, creating a more flexible model in the context of issues, our geopolitical issues around the world. Recently expanding our facility in Mexico, obviously to be closer to onshore capabilities, reducing costs, and expanding our footprint so that we're not necessarily reliable on one particular country or another, but that we have a vast portfolio of opportunity to react quickly and flexibly to the market needs and conditions.
As we've been keeping tabs on shares of Mattel, investors certainly want to know what those cost reductions would come out to. What do they quantify as from the operational perspective as you look through this process of nearshoring and give the long-term benefits back to everybody else in the C-suite as well, to the rest of the company as well as you move forward?
Sure. Well, we can appreciate that. A lot of it is about our scale and capabilities. The size of our company, the manufacturing capabilities, the volume that we do, the partnerships that we have around the world with vendors and retailers, all go into essentially value orientation to reduce costs. We've spent the last several years, in fact, during our turnaround, reducing costs, creating more simplistic ways of operating our business, consolidating our manufacturing footprint, reorganizing our company around our IP, and extending that into the most valuable proposition for our consumers and retailers, which is essentially creating innovative product at the right price value. So as it relates to the various different challenges that we have in supply chain and pricing, we're no different, of course, in the context of the challenge. However, our capabilities, expertise, and flexible model really does allow us to be more nimble and quick in the context of the challenges that we have currently. And while pricing, of course, is an issue, we have strategically looked at our portfolio around price increases, balancing that with cost reductions to create the most valuable proposition for consumers around the world.
And Richard, not just reducing costs, but reducing the environmental impact of some of your toy lines. We understand you're unveiling the first carbon neutral toy line. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I think this is part of our concerted effort around sustainability and in the context of being a more green-oriented company. We've made concerted efforts towards our goals and really have achieved a significant amount of progress in association with those goals. Most recently, of course, announcing this particular relationship with Matchbox and Tesla, as well as Mega Bloks, Greentown, which is a great new collection of eco-friendly building systems. We've done Barbie Loves the Ocean, which has been the first sustainable Barbie doll, as well as other various opportunities that we've had to put forth a more green, eco-friendly product line as we work towards our sustainable goals as a company.
Even as you have more products that you put out there to consumers, we do know, given the fact that we're talking about the supply chain, as well as the ability to unveil new products, even amid some of those headwinds and challenges, have those costs needed to be passed on to the consumers at this point in time, and especially in some of the most popular categories. We're talking about Hot Wheels today, and even some of the new products that you just mentioned a moment ago.
Pricing is a part of our overall strategy. Prices are a part of our conversation on a daily basis, and seasonally, we always address our products with the utmost interest in the value proposition. And so as we take the various different cost factors into place, we also looked for a variety of cost savings at the same time, and associating those cost savings with price increases mitigates the impact of inflation. We analyze our portfolio by product. We work with our retail partners very, very closely to ensure that our customers are getting the best value and the best product for their hard-earned dollar. And most importantly, that our products provide the innovation imagination, and excitement that our brands command, with decades and generations of interest and time that these brands have performed. Over 76 years of history in Mattel, with over 400 brands. It's truly an iconic company that we believe will have the great impact in the current business that it has in the past.
It's evolved from the toys I played with into an NFT now. Tell me about over your left shoulder, where legends are made. I tease people that their wheels can become Hot Wheels, which is now the #1 toy in the world. How do people get in on it, and where?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for recognizing that. We actually sell over 500 million die-cast Hot Wheels every year. It's an extraordinary brand. We just recently topped $1 billion worth of sales in our 54-year history. And today we're actually in New York in advance of the auto show with our Legends Tour that kicks off. It goes over 13 countries, 5 continents. We speak to thousands of automotive enthusiasts who literally create with their own hands Hot Wheel versions, cars, real life-size cars. We have an incredible panel of judges that get together, analyze each car, and essentially the winner, which we'll announce in late this year in November, will have their car immortalized as a 1/64th scale and put into the Hot Wheels die-cast collection for permanent enjoyment. It's really been a fantastic series of events that we've done for the last several years, growing all over the world, creating brand love, brand equity, and certainly incremental business in the collector audience.
Really exciting work that you and the team are doing. We look forward to having you back as well to continue the conversation on some of those new initiatives and even events like this. Richard Dickson, who is the Mattel President and Chief Operating Officer, joining us here on Yahoo Finance.